One day my dad taught me how to ride a bike, and the next day I didn't know who he was. Let's get started. We lived in a very low income area, social economical area of Los Angeles as a child. And I have a few memories of the entire events of my childhood. One night we were playing with my dad and we were trying to take his wallet away. So we were just roughhousing, playing with him, and being able to take his wallet away. I remember the feeling, that connection I had with my dad. It was so powerful. Like this is my dad. I love my dad. And it was a great night. We just had fun. After that, I remember him taking me on a bike ride. I was learning how to ride a bicycle. We went across the street. He brought the bike and he was teaching me how to ride my bike. And I was so happy. I was so happy to be with him. He was running behind me, making sure I was safe. And it was just a great night. The next day, I remember him watching TV, a boxing match on TV. He had a recliner. And I say, hey, Dad, is there any chance you can go outside and you could teach me to ride a bike again? Because I wanted to relive those memories, that happiness that I had with him. And I remember him sitting right in front of that TV with a recliner, and I sat right next to him, to his right. And then next to my right was my bike, and it was still daytime. And I would ask him, Dad, when are we going to go? And he would tell me, we'll go in a little bit. We'll go in a little bit. Dad, when are we going to go? Oh, we'll just go in a second. He kept on telling me that. And I remember him grabbing my head and petting me like I was a dog. And I just wanted to live that experience with him again. That was the last time I ever rode a bike with him. One night, I was just playing with my brother, and my mother out of nowhere just starts running towards us, screaming, and she's panicking. And she grabs my older sister, myself, and my other little brother. He was 2 at the time. And my mom was pregnant. She was almost due. And I remember my mom getting us in the corner, and my dad just out of nowhere just runs towards us, and we're in a corner there, and I'm like panicking. I don't know what's happening. I'm 5 years old, and my dad comes with a shotgun, and he's pointing that shotgun at me and my mom, and my mom starts yelling at him, don't do it, don't do it, it's okay, let it be. And she keeps on saying, just don't hurt us, don't hurt us. And I remember seeing my dad's face. He was not the dad that I thought who it was. It was a completely different person. I remember his face like it was yesterday. Somehow my mom convinced him to not hurt us, and he put the shotgun down. And we left. That night, we decided to go to my cousin's house that lived nearby. Place being very safe, very quiet, very loving. I love that place. I love there, going all the time there. And like a few days later, I would ask my mom, where's my dad? And my mom would tell me he went for some smokes. And I would ask her again, Mom, where's my dad? And she would say he went to get some milk. And I mean, I was very young, but something was off. She wasn't telling me the truth. And maybe a weekend went by or something like that. And then I remember my dad picking us up on Saturdays. And the routine was he would come over to the house, pick us up, and we would go to Toys R Us, McDonald's, and to the park. And at the beginning, he would play with us. He was just happy playing with us at the park. My dad. I still love my dad so much. And then after a few times, we would do the same routine. Toys R Us, McDonald's, and the park. But then he didn't want to play with us anymore. There was a specific weekend when he came over. And he picked us up. It was raining so hard, pouring, and here we go. We get in the car. He's driving us to do the same routine. And out of nowhere, in the middle of an intersection, busy intersection, he parks the car. He gets off the car and he starts to get on his knees and he starts to pray. He's praying. And I'm like, Dad, let's go. Let's get in the car, Dad. And I don't know what's happening. That was the last time. That was the last weekend I spent time with my dad. I just didn't want to go back there. Some time passed and my dad would come. He would leave. Then one time he came over. And my mom stepped out to the porch to talk to him about whatever they were talking about. And then they go at it. They literally started to fight like two grown men punching each other. I remember my mother scratching his face. And I remember my dad breaking my mother's nose. Bleeding everywhere. And I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I'm 5 or 6 at the time. And it took me years to understand any of this. I thought, to be honest with you, it was normal. If any of this sounds familiar to you, just know that you're not alone. Things actually didn't get better after this. Things got worse. Remember, stay strong, stay present.